Welcome back to Not Another AI Girl. I am so excited. I have my third ever guest on the podcast today. I am joined by Amanda Jefferson. She is the founder of Indigo Organising, and she's a tech and productivity coach who helps busy women clear the digital chaos and get smart tech working like a free personal assistant. And if you don't follow Amanda on socials already, you should, because she is always sharing absolute wisdom. And I always learn something from you. So I'm so excited to have you on the podcast today.
I'm so excited to be here. And ditto, I feel like every time I see one of your videos, I'm like, ooh, what is the juicy nugget today?
Let's just start with a couple of quick questions, hey? So I was just talking to you about this before we jumped on the call. I got Claude to do a bit of a deep dive, and Claude brought back that you trained under Marie Kondo. Is this correct?
This is very correct. It was like an undercover mission. I was working full time as the head of a nonprofit here in Philadelphia in the States where I live. And I don't know, I had this inkling that I wanted to do something a little different. So I was in her first class ever of certified KonMari consultant. And I was trained by her in Japanese.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. So talk to me a little bit about that. How did that even happen?
Well, I had been in kind of a state of burnout for a while. I was the head of this nonprofit. And even though I loved the work and it was super inspiring, I think looking back now, I realized my personality type was not aligned with something like that. It was so much fundraising. It was managing teams. It was managing a board. And I had a little one at the time, and I was a mom that was like screeching into daycare at like 5:59 every day to pick up my daughter. Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I was just really burnt out and kind of wanted to change. And I had always been fascinated by this idea of becoming a professional organizer because I love making order out of chaos, like literally using my hands and making something that's disorganized, organized. And so she was kind of taking the world by storm after her book coming out. And I was working with a business coach. And when I was sitting with him one day, I got the email that was like, Marie Kondo is training, and he was like, get out your business card, like your credit card. I hadn't even taken like the sticker off of it yet. Like that's how new it was. And he was like, you're going. And I went, and it was amazing. It was like 70 different people from all around the world, Dubai, Switzerland, Brazil. And these were my people. These were totally my people. And so I gave notice and started like working in people's homes. Everybody thought I was crazy. I started working in people's homes to help them spark joy. And I did that for about 6 or 7 years before I transitioned to tech.
Wow, that is incredible. So I feel like there are definitely some synergies, I guess, with people's clutter in their homes to their digital clutter. So I imagine for you, like, how did you make that connection? Or you were like, actually, I want to do this for tech?
Well, I've always been very techie, and I love solving problems. I love, because I always know there's a way to solve a problem. And I also love, it's interesting, like I used to work at the Wharton School, a business school in Philadelphia, and the professor there, he has his podcast at Best-Selling Books, Adam Grant, he was talking about how people who look beyond the default, like there's just something kind of unique about them. And that's something that was always like, it was like, yeah, I know you're showing me that my inbox looks like this, but I bet it could look different. Or I know, but I bet if I right click, I will find something else. So it was always just kind of exploring. And I just kind of discovered a lot of little hacks that work for me. And then I think about, 3 or 4 years ago was when tech really did start to feel pretty overwhelming for everybody, not just like the 60-year-olds and the 70-year-olds, like the 30-year-olds, the 40-year-olds. They're like, oh my gosh, because they're handing us these computers in these beautiful white boxes, and they're just like, good luck. Like it's intuitive.
Yeah, literally.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. You'll figure it out.
Literally no user manual. And so I had a client ask me if I could help them. I was like, yeah, sure. And then I loved it, and they loved it. And then it just kind of took off, and I completely stopped doing all the in-home stuff because I just loved the tech, and there's like it's very odd to me that there are not like hundreds of me, but there's not at all.
There's only one of you, Amanda. I can guarantee.
Like there's just really not anybody out there helping them. So yeah, and when I first started, I thought it was going to be a little bit more like declutter your email, declutter your files. But what I was learning was like people can't declutter because they don't know even where are my documents? Where do they live? What is the cloud? What is the difference between delete and archive? Like, so it was all of this like, oh, wow. It's not even let's sit down and declutter your email. It's like, let me teach you how all this stuff works because nobody else is going to.
Yeah, that makes like such sense. I think even with teaching people like Claude and just other AI now and Cowork, it's like getting people's head around like local. What does local mean versus what is the cloud mean? And how come I can access Claude chat everywhere, but I can't with Cowork? People. It's hard. It's hard especially when you can't see it, as you said. And it's just, I don't even know where this exists, let alone how to organize it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So how do you typically work with clients? We're going to touch on your amazing products that you've built shortly. But yeah, talk me through, what does that look like?
So I'm actually kind of sunsetting the work that I'm doing with my one-on-one clients now, just because I'm really loving the digital products and being able to help more people. And it's kind of heartbreaking because, like I said, there's not really that many other people. Like, there's not really anybody I can even refer them to I need to train a little army. But essentially, it just means us sitting down, usually for about a period of 2 hours. Any more than that, and their head will explode. But with Zoom, I can actually remote into their computers. And so I'm clicking around and showing them things. And it's great because a lot of times once I show them like, okay, this is Finder, this is the filing cabinet of your computer. You keep going to recents because that's Mac's brilliant attempt to just show you all the mess of things that you've worked on recently. But that's actually not where we want to be going. We want to, and here's documents, here's desktop, here's downloads, here's the difference between those things. Here's how I think you should be using them. And they're just like a little tear, goes down their cheek. And they're just like, oh my God, I get it now. And then they're kind of off to the races. So it's a lot like that, like me getting in, showing them their email and how everything in their work, showing them their files, showing them, did you know that you can change where your screenshots go so that when you take a screenshot, you can actually put it in a designated folder? It's like, what? It's usually that, and then me shutting up so that they can like get in there and actually move things around because they're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. And I think too, when you're teaching people, it's like good to teach them kind of those foundations. And then it's like, all right, you got to try this yourself. Like, that's the only way you're going to take those training wheels off.
Yes, it's a lot of muscle memory, and we record the sessions. And like one of my clients, she cracks me up. She's like, I watch Amanda TV. She's like, I go back and watch our recordings. I watch my Amanda TV. I'm like, oh my God, that's the most boring TV ever.
Oh my God, I love that. That's what you think because you're so close to it. But for other people, they're probably just, their mind is blowing for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you posted in our community, it would be a couple of months ago now. And you were like, oh my God, I've just built this like interactive day planner. And you were like, do not sleep on digital products. You had built it with Cowork.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you have a few products now. Let's start with the interactive day planner, which you showed in our member show and tell. And I was like, I am obsessed with this. But talk us through. So even just the morning that you built that, did you go in with the intention that you were going to build this? How did this all unfold?
Yeah. I mean, my world is so crazy right now because tech and productivity is changing like every 5 minutes, literally. And so, I had a digital product that was kind of sitting on the shelf, and that's not going to cut it anymore. Like, I can't just record a digital product for you and then send it to you and then it's valid for, it's not valid. Things go out of,
fashion.
Yeah, exactly. So I have ADHD, and I think that's one of the reasons I love productivity so much is because you're always trying to find the hack that works for your brain. So I had tried all of these different, Notion and Asana and a million other things, but like very similar to physical organizing. It was like I wanted to like get my hands in there. I wanted to like, no, this I see that you're telling me I could do it this way, but I want to do it this way. And so I just told Cowork, like, as I was building it for myself. And I wish I could find the prompt, but it was just like a paragraph. And it was just me. I think one of the things that I love about it is learning that, like, just talk to it. Just talk. Like, okay, so I want to build this thing and I wanted to do this and I wanted to do this and I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this. What do you got? And I just remember when it spit out and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, it was unreal. It was so close to exactly what it was that I was looking for, but beyond in terms of the design of it, the functionality of it. And then you just start massaging, like, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. And I was blown away.
Yeah. I think you've touched on a really key point there. And this is what I often tell people I'm working with or in the membership is outcome-based prompting. So instead of us being like, oh, how we all started, write a caption for me, or can you do this thing? It's here's what I want you to build. Here's how I want it to work. Here's the reasons why I want this, blah, 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 all of that, and just brain dump that, the outcome. What outcome are you trying to achieve? What do you want Claude or Chat or whatever you're using to build for you? How do you want it to look? What do you want to happen when it clicks the button? And I know for you, with your confetti, this is such a cool feature.
I love confetti.
So tell the listeners about the confetti.
So I actually just did a reel about this yesterday that I said I have the dopamine needs of a toddler. Like, I need confetti in my life at all times. And I just wanted, so a long time ago in my business, I made a decision that I wasn't going to do anything that wasn't fun and easy. So I'm always looking for ways to make things fun and easy. And I think, especially for people with ADHD, the more fun something is, the more likely it is that you are to use it. And I think a lot of the productivity tools that are out there are like built by men. They're a little bit boring and they don't have confetti. Although I will say I was inspired by Asana because Asana has like a flying rainbow narwhal when you complete tasks. Like, I'm like that. I'm like, that's perfect. That's my speed. So Asana actually really does have really fun stuff. But I was just like, I just wanted to, when I check something off, I wanted to, like, I want a little pep talk. And so I told it that, I want confetti. I even want like a little pop-up pep talk. And it came up with some cute generic ones, but I was like, no, like, I want a pep talk from like an avocado.
Like we need to ham this up. I need the dopamine.
I want to ham it up. I want it to be pretty ridiculous. And then as soon as it starts to like get your vibe, it just goes with it, like it creates all these crazy puns about bumblebees and frogs. And like, I'm like, this is perfect. Yes. Amazing.
Going more of this, please. Yeah. I love that so much. And in that first launch, so you did, I think you said it was like $1,700 in 18 hours from this tool, which is incredible. So take us inside that launch. Like, was it a big launch, or were you just, this tool is awesome, I'm going to sell this? Like, so you made the product, you're like, this is awesome for me. Yeah. And then you're like, more people need this. And then how did you launch it?
Yeah. So, luckily I'd had experience launching digital products. So I know how to do the sales page and all the connectors and all of that kind of stuff. So for me, it was just a matter of kind of shipping this tool. And I launched it as a beta because even though I had been testing it myself, I was like, I don't know, how's this going to look on mobile? And of course there was tons of glitches. And I find that when I do everything wrong, everything goes right. So like typically you're supposed to like launch at like noon on a Tuesday, and I launched like on a Monday night at 10 p.m. Like,
I love this.
It was like, it's ready. I'm in hyper focus mode. I'm sending this out. And then it's that first after you click set. Because I have an email list of about 4,000 people, and they tend to be, the conversion rate tends to be actually a lot higher than Instagram. I have almost 175,000 on Instagram, but it trickles in a little bit more than the email list. So when I sent it out to my email list and it was like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm like, oh God, this is a total flop. But then they just started coming and coming and coming. And so I can't even remember how many units I sold, but it ended up being like within that week, I think it grew to something like $10,000 was what I made from the tool.
Yeah. That is amazing. And I just love that you're like, yeah, I'm just going to launch it, because that is how I roll too. It's like the dopamine is there, the hyper focus is kicked in. I cannot wait, because one, I won't sleep, or two, I'll just be like, you talk yourself out of it. It's like, it's done. I'm going to get it out in the world and just see what happens.
Yeah, that's the way I roll. I tend to and I may lose sales as a result of it because I'm launching at 10 p.m. on a Monday, but I kind of don't care because I don't have the delayed gratification built into me. And I'm like, it's ready. Let's go. And I think I know a lot of other business owners and all these other groups that I'm in, like they're still perfecting their product and it's been months.
Yes.
And I'm like, girl, just get it out there.
Get it out in the world. Yeah. And because I feel like you learn so much from just getting it out. Like, as you said, there were glitches. All right, how do we fix these? Like, you can't anticipate all of that until it's out in the world.
No, and I had a feature. I was so glad that I built in like a feature request form into it, because that was huge. Like I say to the planner users now, like, we built this together, because they were sending me, what if we did this? And what if we did this? And could I make my own categories? And could I add colors? And what if we had this? And so, I mean, the planner has changed night and day from what it was when I first launched it. And it's 99% because of their ideas and things that they came up with. And the feature requests also became like a little love note machine. Like, people were just like, I don't have a feature request. I just want to tell you how much I love this. And
then so did they just go up on the sales rate?
100%. 100%. Now I have a little disclaimer, like, just so you know, if you send me a love note, I'm sharing that.
Yeah.
But it's funny, I actually, for a brief period of time, like a couple weeks ago, decided to try a 7-day money back guarantee to see, because it kind of petered out a little bit, because I wasn't really talking about it that much. So I decided to put on a 7-day guarantee, and I ended up taking that away because I saw it in my head that I would get feedback about why it didn't work for some people, but you don't. They just are like, no, I want my money back.
Yeah.
So I ended up just taking that away, not because I don't feel confident in the product. I know that it works for so many people, but I know that it also doesn't work for so many people, but those people aren't really willing to tell you why it doesn't work. So it was more trouble than it was worth.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's a one-time purchase, isn't it? Is that still a one-time purchase?
Yes, it's $37 one-time purchase. And one of the things I'm navigating right now is, I think the appeal of a digital product, like a course or something that you create and then you just ship, you're done. With the planner, I'm not really done. There's like, this person has access issues or this or that. And I also feel a huge amount of responsibility. Like, what if I just decided to stop it? People have their lives in this thing. So that part, I was like, oh, I think that part through. So
I didn't expect this to go so well.
Yeah. So I'm in the stage right now of like, okay, how do we, I just kind of need to set up a little bit of boundaries for myself too, that not every feature request that comes in is something that I need to build.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of thing I'm navigating now.
Yeah. Yeah. You could even just pause that for a little while. If you're like, you know what? It's just like the feature request. Like, you can still
like
send
it is what it is right now. Like, tell me if there's a bug, but like, don't tell me that you wish it did something else, Yeah.
Because your girl needs sleep.
Yeah, because, you're realizing that you do kind of become I mean, we're just all one-man bands. And, and now I'm a software developer and a customer service representative and, so it's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. And so you have another digital product right now, Tech 21.
I have two more. I have two more AI tools. I have two more AI tools, and then I have another product. Yeah.
All right. Talk us through those.
I know. See, once I started getting in the sandbox and playing around, it was like, what else can it do? So the second thing I launched was something called the subscription cleanse. And this was basically all about you're paying for all these Apple subscriptions. You've got your toilet paper on auto delivery. You know, everything's coming fast and furious. How can you figure out what you're paying for, what you want to cancel? So it's a lot more like haven't been updates or anything like that. Like it's shipped and it's, but that was really fun. And again, Confetti. So you get to see, you checked off these 10 things. You saved $3,000 this year because you remembered to cancel your meditation app, kind of thing.
Yes. That you're not using.
Exactly. And then the third one it's called the Easy Content Planner, and it's for content creators because I again was finding myself in Notion like, no, I wanted to do this. And so I just built something for myself to help me better organize my ideas for content creation.
Yeah.
And so that is similar to the interactive day planner in the sense that like I'm like adding things that it's very customizable for them. And so those are the 3 AI tools.
Yeah. And then so Tech 21 isn't an AI tool, but you've used AI to help you build it.
100%. Tech 21. So what I learned, I went viral in December of last year, and I went from 6,000 followers on Instagram to now I have almost 100. I went from 6,000 followers to 100,000 followers in 4 days.
Oh my gosh. Hang on. Wait up. Talk us through that.
So I have been posting somewhat regularly, my whole business life. But in December, I was like, I really wanted to just like post a lot more consistently. And I had been, and then things were growing a bit. I had maybe grown 500 followers. I was so excited. I was like, well, maybe I'll get to 10,000 next year. And I just had a really stupid idea one day. This little jar, I could do some ASMR for people.
Yeah.
This little jar, I was like, I'm just going to put some tech tips in this jar. And every day I'm going to pick something, just like riff on whatever's in there. And so I decided to do a 30-day series. And the first one was literally just me being like, guys, I don't know what the heck to talk to you about anymore. So I've just put some things in here and we'll see how this goes. And one of my business mentors has like a little hack. She's like, when you post on Instagram, close the app for an hour and then come back, because her theory was that it does something with the algorithm. So I was like, I'll try this fun little hack. It was the first time I had ever tried it.
Yeah.
And when I came back, I was like, oh my God, what is happening? And it was like the number, like I'd never seen notifications like this. Like the numbers were just going crazy. So that went viral. I can't even remember how many views I had that first day. So then when I showed up for day 2, it was really funny because I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, I can't believe what's happening. I now have 13,000 followers. Like, this is amazing. I can't even imagine. And then it just kept going. So that was December 27th, the first day. I hit 100,000 followers on January 1st, 4 days later.
That's amazing. And what a start to the new year.
And, I had thought, I had kind of thought when you go viral, like you go viral and that individual post might get a lot of views, but I had never expected viral posts to turn into so many followers. Right? Like, I always kind of thought it was a views thing, but not necessarily translating into that many followers. And like I said, it's still growing. I'm almost at 175. And thank God I had a digital product in place when that happened, because I think I made $30,000 in 10 days because I had a digital product in place. Right.
That is incredible. And also, again, there's 2 things in this before we get to Tech 21. One, you stayed committed. Like you didn't quit in showing up. And 2, the low ticket is truly a numbers game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure your business and digital products, just now, the sheer number of people on your email list and your followers, it makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It makes a big difference. It's funny though, because like I said, my email list just tends to be, I guess they're just the warmest, but they just really tend
100%. And like they get to hear from you a lot more. Like imagine how many reels one email even equates to, like getting to know you. And they've also said, hey, I want to hear more from Amanda. So I'm going to get on her email list.
Yeah. So what I learned from that and how that kind of built the Tech 21 was people want quick wins. People want, did you know there's this cool thing that you can do and it takes you less than 10 minutes and you can do it right now versus you should declutter your email. It's like, well, that's the most boring thing I've ever heard. Like, so it was quick wins. Like, did you know you can copy and paste between your devices, your Apple devices? And again, it's like a little tear is like going down someone's cheek. Like, are you kidding me? I did not know. Right.
Yeah.
So
and also these things that you forget is like mind-blowing and amazingly helpful for people who just don't know this. I feel like I learned from you, I'm sure it was you, the petrol. Was this, you know how there's a little arrow on the side of the little tiny petrol thing in your, like in the car?
No, that wasn't me, but that was something I should teach people.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I learned that like a month ago. It's like the side that little tiny arrow is on is the side that like you pop the fuel out on. Oh my gosh.
I know. I remember when somebody taught me that. I think I was like 35, 40. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I digress.
No. I have a post going viral right now for the second time because I just reposted it. Or maybe it's the third time. Is all about this little button in your car. That's basically the Siri button. You know, it's called the voice assist button.
I saw this.
But you press and hold and you basically activate Siri. And I mean, people are going nuts. Like people are literally like, I'm running to my car like right now. I need to see if it's in there and I'm going to try it. And that people have a lot of questions, but it also stirs up a lot of, it's funny because I am learning to be a little like stir up a little bit because people always respond to that with, this is distracted driving. Or you think everybody has brand new cars. Like, who do you think you are? My car doesn't have that button. People get so upset.
It's like, how dare you? How dare you make content that's not about my car?
And then a lot of people have a lot of questions about where does it go? Like I just said for mine, do we take the chicken out of the freezer? But like, where does it go? Do I just sit in my car at 6 p.m. to receive the reminder? I thought about doing an April Fool's joke. I should have done it where I told people like, oh, where does it go? Like in your glove compartment. If you open that up, there's actually a tape recorder. Oh my gosh. Like, how many people can I get going to their glove compartment?
Oh my gosh. I feel like we should collab on this. Like I'll be like, you say that and then I'll do a reel where I'm like opening it and it's there.
Yes. How fun would that be? How fun would that be?
Yeah.
I know. So I don't, I never want to, I mean, who knows? That's a great question. Like, that's the thing. Like, people today are just like, where does it go? Where is it?
Yeah. Oh, Tech 21.
Okay. So Tech 21. So basically, I had digital product at the time, and it was called the Busy Woman's Survival Guide. And it was my top 10 kind of favorite tech hacks. But and they were great. But like I said, it's a PDF. I mean, a 25-page PDF in this day and age isn't going to cut it because things are just changing way too fast. And so what I learned about doing the tech jar was that the people want these really quick wins and they want it to be digestible. So the Tech 21 is basically just my 21 favorite life-changing, oh my gosh, I bet you didn't have any idea that you could do this thing. and it's delivered in, each video is less than 10 minutes. And plus they get an email. So every day they get today's day one, and it's a self-contained, they don't even necessarily have to go to the course portal if they don't want to. Little self-contained video of me showing them exactly how to do it on the phone, exactly how to do it on the computer, step-by-step instructions. And I did create a couple of little AI tools. I did create a couple of little AI tools, like a little Amanda chatbot. If you're stuck on one of the tips, it's trained in all the tips so it can answer your questions. And then I also have an interactive checklist with Confetti, of course, where you can, it's a little calendar, so you can click to get directly to the lesson. And you can also just click off to check your progress.
I love that. I love that. So what day are we in currently with Tech 21? Or is it? Or is it just evergreen? How does it work?
I launched it as a live beta cohort, and I have 150 people going through the live beta cohort. So it's July 21st as we're recording this, but I've given them break days. So they're going to finish around July 28th-ish. And then once I got them settled, about halfway through, kind of day 10, and I had the email workflow all done and the quizzes all done and all that kind of stuff, I launched it to Evergreen. So now it's Evergreen. So as soon as someone joins, they just get day one as the drop. And then 24 hours later, they get the next tip, but they can access all tips at all times. So it's Evergreen now.
Yeah, I love that. So cool. And so just finally, before we wrap up, so if a listener is like, this all sounds amazing, how do I create a digital product? Or I've got an idea, but I just don't know if I should do it. What would you say to them?
Well, I mean, I always talk about my business mentor, Maria Went, because people were even messaging me when I was going viral, and they would say things like, how did you do that? Like, so just like what? Could you just like, could you just tell me like how, like, I just want to do that? And it's like, okay, so it's going to take about 10 years. but I had been learning from Maria Went. So her last name is Wendt, so people could easily look her up. And she's kind of the queen of digital products.
Yeah, so she's been doing this for a very long time.
She's been doing this for a very long time, and she has extremely affordable products that help you figure things out, like what should my digital product be? And what should I price it? And how should I build it? And then once I do build it, how does it go live? And she even has like a whole Facebook community. So that's where I would say to start. And that's what I would DM people back. They'll be like, how did you do this? And I'm like, mariawent.com. And they're like, no, but specifically I'm like mariawent.com. Yeah. So I think for me, it was all about, because I knew I wanted passive income. I knew I wanted digital products. But there's so many gurus out there, and there's so many people telling you to do a million different things, and they're probably all right, but you have to follow one person, kind of one strategy. Otherwise it's completely overwhelming.
Yeah. And you don't stick with that before. Like, you're the perfect example of that. It wasn't just like this overnight success. You're like, yeah, the followers kind of were, which is unusual. But you already had 6,000 followers. Like, that's a lot, especially like the algorithm is brutal now. And yeah, you had been doing this for a long time, and you set yourself up. Do you think audience first or digital product first?
I think digital product first, because I mean, even before I went viral, my digital products were selling okay. And, and your digital products can even just be a lead magnet, really, for bigger, higher ticket coaching. So my business coach, Leah Jarvey, who I met through Maria, her whole, she loves the Maria method. And she's like, your digital product is basically your lead magnet. So yes, have that $27 product, but it's almost like a freebie. And then you end up with all of these warm leads of people who want to work with you. And so I think having that digital product actually allowed me to do one-on-one coaching for about 3 years in my business and raise my prices accordingly so that now I can transition to almost 100% passive as a result. Because if I had gone viral, I didn't have a digital product, because I don't really care that much about the vanity metrics of my followers. Those followers, like, that's not going into my bank account.
Yeah.
So if I hadn't had that digital product when I went viral, it feels like it would have just been a vanity thing, not a business thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point. And at the end of these, we always do an AI confession booth, which is just like how it's some random way you've used AI recently, or the weirdest thing you've used Claude or ChatGPT for. So what do you got for me?
So I use an AI journal, it's called Rosebud, and I talk to it in the car. We have phone conversations. So it's like kind of like a little therapist. And it's a British man. He talks to me and he's like,
Oh my God, I love that.
And it's hysterical because it'll be like, Amanda, you're in your luteal phase. And when you're in your luteal phase, British man, British robot.
He just knows where you're at. He gets it.
So we chat. I chat with my British robot in the car about my luteal phase.
I love that so much. Thank you so much for sharing all of your knowledge today. Now, I know people are going to be like, okay, where do we find you? Where do we find your amazing tools? How can people find you and work with you or get your products?
So the best place to find me is on Instagram. So my handle on Instagram is @hey.amandaj. And so that's where, the link in my bio will take you directly to the Tech 21. And occasionally I'm sharing about the tools and things like that. So that's the best place.
Yeah, sweet. And I will drop the link in the show notes as well.
Amazing.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you, Brooke, for all the awesome community that you have built. I've learned so much from you. You're teaching so many amazing people amazing things. So thanks for what you do.
Thank you. My pleasure. All right. We'll see you. I won't see you on the next episode, but I'll see everyone else on the next episode.